So things aren't quite going to plan at Goodison Park. Ronald Koeman faced a sack and all fingers were pointing at one area. You know, the part after the midfield where the goals are scored. After losing Romelu Lukaku to Manchester United, the Toffees have mounted under the pressure of finding a way to put that round thing in the back of the net. They did replace their 20+ goals number 10 with Wayne Rooney, who hasn't scored that many in a single EPL campaign since 2011, oh, and a young Spanish lad who I've literally forgot the name of. Fortunately, Everton fans, you don't need to worry about the real world when Football Manager exists. Here we have a copy of the game simulated to October, and praise the Lord, Lukaku is still in blue. So what if Everton had kept Romelu Lukaku? Would they still be competing towards the top 8 and top 10, or struggling like they are in real life? We're going to start off by looking at their transfers this season. In reality, Everton spent a whopping 150 million, including 44 million on the invisible man Gylfi Sigurdsson, 50 mil between Michael Keane and Jordan Pickford, another massive wad on Davy Klaassen, along with 3 youngsters including Sandro. Ah, bingo, that's the Spanish lad's name. Of course, around half of that transfer kitty came from the sale of Lukaku, so we can expect on Football Manager that the spending spree is much more conservative. Yep, 45 million in total. As you can see, that's pretty realistic. None of the same players were brought in, although a few of the same key areas were covered. Here we have Ganzo joining for 3.6 million, and he's got some decent stats. Likely, he's FM's answer to Klaassen then. 18 flair, 16 first touch and dribbling and passing. The only thing he really lacks is pace. A couple players I don't know much about, and then Samir, an 11 million coup from Udinese. He's 22, Brazilian, a regular starter in the Serie A, and essentially FM's answer to Michael Keane. And if we were to compare the two, which we are because we're awesome, you'll see they're pretty similar, although Keane is definitely the better player in literally every department, bar attacking. There's Ben Pearson, the young English and Preston midfielder, seemingly keeping in with Everton's transfer policy there, and ooh, the most eyebrow raising transfer of them all. This one, 19 million on Christian Benteke. Now I've checked and Lukaku is still at Everton for sure, but they've brought in Benteke's to cover his fellow Belgian forward. Benteke and Lukaku, I mean, you've got to prefer that over Rooney and the Spanish lad. Sorry, Sandro. So taking a look at the starting lineup, Robles is still in goal, of course, instead of Pickford. There's a back 3 just in like real life, Williams with Funes Mori, then this guy, Venancio. He's another new signing, joined from the Portuguese league, and looks like a decent enough player with 15 or 14 in all defensive attribute areas. Not someone I am going to rave about though. In midfield, McCarthy is sitting instead of Gueye, with Baines and Coleman wingbacks. Standard. Barkley and Schneiderlin doing the bits centrally, and you see that's a shocking average rating of 6.39 from Barkley so far this season. He might as well be out injured with that type of performance. Ganzo is in the hole with 1 assist so far, and now the man we all want to talk about, Lukaku. Interestingly, if we have a look at who he is wanted by, it's actually Tottenham. Now, Lukaku and Harry Kane up front, that's enough to make your mind implode. Has Lukaku continued his quality goal scoring form? Of course he has. 5 goals in 9 games so far this 2017-18 campaign, with an average rating of 6.9. Top goal scorer at this point in the season is in fact Callum Wilson of Bournemouth, according to FM, but the usual suspects are up there like Kane, Dini, a fit Zlatan, a less grumpy Diego Costa and Alexis Sanchez. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Lukaku is still at Everton and scoring plenty of goals, but where are the Toffees in the league? The answer, it's a mundane, still underwhelming 11th place finish with 5 points more than they have in real life. So the question is, why were Everton ever touted as the next club to break into the top 6? Or at least a solid top 8 sort of team? It seems that in reality, without Lukaku and a huge spending spree, they still don't have the quality. And even with their star striker, the rest of the team just can't keep up. Everton fans, please tell me what you think in the comments. If you managed to keep hold of Lukaku, would you be doing much better this season? I've been Liam Curtis, this is HITC Top Corner Gaming. Don't forget to like and subscribe.